Hello everyone, it's Ark here. I just want to show off a Doom-Z Mikanko combo that I have cooked up in a sleep-deprived stupor. This is a one-card combo, starting off with Medius the Pure. On summon, Medius can summon any power patron straight from the deck. This used to be for Archmages only, but the Doom-Z archetype got their own power patron as well. His effect lets him target another monster on the field, turn that monster into a Wind Xyz monster, specifically a machine, and then equip himself to it. So I'll target Medius and upgrade him into Doom-Z Diactorus, and then equip him with the power patron. Diactorus on summon can destroy any Doom-Z card in my hand or field, and then I can destroy another monster on the field. I will not be using the second part of the effect, but I will be destroying the power patron. On destruction, the power patron searches any Doom-Z card. So I will grab the continuous spell. The continuous spell lets you destroy another Doom-Z card in your hand or field to summon one straight from the deck. So I will destroy Diactorus to grab out Amalf, the Monster Searcher. This will trigger Amalf to search for a monster, and Diactorus, which on destruction can search or bin any equipped spell. I'll use this chance to pivot into the Mikanko cards a little bit by grabbing Water Arabesque. Off of the Amalf, we'll grab Drastia, who can special summon himself by destroying any Doom-Z card, and then equip himself with any equipped spell straight from the deck. So I will destroy the continuous spell, which has served its purpose, to summon this man, and equip him with the Doom-Z command Doom Dirge, because we're edgy. This card gives any Doom-Z monster or Wind Machine Xyz monster that has it as a material the effects of being untargetable, and it grants them a quick effect where you can destroy one of your own cards to gain attack and the ability to attack directly, but if you use that ability to do battle, your monster is destroyed at the end of the damage step. I use Drastia's effect, where while he has an equipped spell, he can cheat out a rank 8 Wind Machine Xyz monster, and then attach himself and any equipped spells to that monster. So I'll grab Drastrius. I will not use his on-summon effect, but Drastrius is a negation for monster effects in the on the field or in the graveyard, but not in the hand. He is also currently untargetable, and can as a quick effect destroy one of my own cards. At this point, we can pivot to the Mikankos. Mikanko generally struggles to get started from just one card, but the new support does help that out. I'll use Arabesque's effect to summon a Mikanko from the deck and bounce the Amalf back to hand, and I'll get the new Devotee. Her effect is on summon, is going to summon another Mikanko straight from the deck. But from this point forward, we are Mikanko locked. We'll grab Huli, who is, by all intents and purposes, the boss monster of the deck. She searches out traps when she has an equipped spell, and she gives all of your Mikanko cards protection from targeting. At this point, we want to get an equipped spell on her, but we have no way of searching with the things on field, so we'll overlay for their new Xyz monster, which on summon searches any equipped spell. We'll grab Fire Dance, which is functionally a Mikanko monster reborn, and then we'll use Triastus to destroy the Xyz monster, because this one does not actually have a proactive way to detach materials on the first turn. This is the best way we have to get Huli into the graveyard. When sent to the graveyard, Senaki is going to attempt to equip to a monster we control, And we might as well do that because the deck does benefit from having more equipped spells in rotation. And now we'll use Fire Dance to bring back Huli, which will trigger Huli's effect to search for any Mikanko trap. We'll grab the Rivalry from deck and set that. And at this point, the deck represents 2 untargetable, undestructible towers. Huli also gives her equipped spells targeting protection. It also represents a quick effect Snatch Steal straight from the deck off of Mikanko Rivalry, or if your opponent tries to do something like a Feather Duster, you can use a Rivalry to pull Angelica's Angelic Ring straight from the deck instead, to negate that on resolution. We also have Medius for follow-up in the graveyard, which means we can do all of this again next turn, if we have to, and presumably you would have at least 4 more cards in your hand, which you could have used to pop off at other points throughout the combo, or if you got interrupted. This second combo is one that I've chosen to show off because I think it shows another unique way that the decks have interplay with each other. We'll start off with 2 cards, Alara and Foolish Burial. Alara on summon grabs any Doom-Z spell or trap from the deck. So we'll get the continuous spell, and we'll use it to destroy the Alara and summon the Monster Searcher straight from the deck. Just like in the last combo, we'll use him to search out the level 8. We'll use the level 8 to destroy the back row to summon himself, and we'll grab the Doom-Z equipped spell straight from the deck. I'll make the negate here. And now, we have not gotten the ability to pivot straight into the Mikanko part of the deck, because there was no clear point where we could make the Doom-Z rank 4. But Amalf and Alana both have an effect where, if they have an equipped spell, they can tag out into the rank 4. At this point, we are not able to find the Doom-Z equipped spell, and we cannot search for a Mikanko equipped spell. But with Foolish Burial, or if we had the Ritual Monster, or possibly the Mikanko Quick Play spell in Grave, we can send Senaki to the grave. When she is sent to the grave, she tries to equip to one of the monsters on field. And now, we have given Amalf the ability to pivot into the rank 4. And we will immediately kill him with his own effect. We will not use the second part to destroy a monster on the field, but with his effect, he will send to the graveyard Mayo, or add to hand Fire Dance. I'll do the Mayo one, since I've already shown off Fire Dance, but Mayo is essentially also Monster Reborn, but it activates in the grave. I'll use it to bring out the Senaki, and then Senaki's effect to summon from deck to bring out the Huli. Unlike the previous combo, we have not yet pivoted into Water Arabesque. So here, we can use Usuhime to grab that. We'll equip it to Usuhime, and return her to the extra deck to summon Hare straight from the deck. And on summon, Hare can grab Fire Dance. We'll use the Fire Dance to bring back Huli. And we'll use her effect to grab a Mikanko trap straight from the deck. This represents the same end board as last time, but we do not have Medius in Grave for follow-up, and we have an additional indestructible, untargetable towers on the field. given the fact that you will be starting with 5 cards instead of the 1 or 2 card hands I've been showing you, you may be able to use the Mikankos earlier in your combo to access the full armor package. This will provide a stronger boss monster as part of your field, and an opportunity to dig deeper in case you did not find the Doom-Z combo in time. In this case, we have only opened Mikankos. Hare, which can only search when equipped, and Ohime, which can search any Mikanko, but has to discard a card then. I'd like to keep the Ohime in hand for as long as possible, so that I can search every turn. So, instead of discarding her after the search, I'll grab the Monster Reborn spell, and discard Hare. I'll use the Monster Reborn to bring back Hare, and she will search Arabesque. Arabesque to summon out Huli, who searches a trap. Might as well set that now. Normal summon the Hare, and now, instead of going into Uzuhime, I can make Xyz Armor Torpedo to draw a card. This is potentially risky, because I'm getting rid of all of my Mikankos, so the trap will no longer be live, but based on the other cards in your hand, you should make an informed decision about whether this is the right thing to do. I'll detach 2 materials, and that is the best card in the deck. I couldn't have scripted it better myself. Before starting off with that part of the deck, I'll finish the Xyz Armor line by making Xyz Armor Fortress, detaching 1 material to grab full Armored Xyz from the deck, and I will refrain from summoning full Armored Dark Knight Lancer, because I may want to do that on the opponent's turn using the trap as an easy way to get the trap in grave. Fear Realize lets me bin Medius straight from deck, and I can look at the top card of my opponent's deck and choose to put it on the top or bottom. And Medius, in grave, can summon himself out by shuffling a monster from my hand or field into the deck. I know I said earlier I want to keep Ohime around as long as possible, but this is as good a time as any. At this point, it'll go pretty much the same as the first turn combo. I'll summon out the Power Patron. I'll use his effect to cheat out the rank 4 and equip himself to it. I'll use the rank 4 to destroy the Power Patron. I will not use the second part of the effect, and then the Power Patron to grab the continuous spell. Activate this, destroy the rank 4, and summon from the deck the Monster Searcher. I'll chain 1 to search for the level 8, and chain 2. At this point, I will send Mayo to the grave instead of adding a Mikanko card to hand. I'll use this man to destroy the continuous spell and set up the rank 8, as we do every time. And I will finish off by using Mayo to bring back Huli, which will turn on our trap again. So at this point, the board represents the 2 untargetable, indestructible towers. It also represents the same things that Rivalry did last time, but Rivalry could also be used to equip anything from the deck into a Malf, who would then be able to use his quick effect on the opponent's turn to exceed into another copy of the rank 4, which would then be able to destroy one of the opponent's cards. On the opponent's turn, I can use Full Armored Xyz to rank the Xyz Armor Fortress up into Full Armored Dark Knight Lancer, which then represents an additional stealing of an opponent's monster. We also have the Negate from Drastrius, which also steals a monster, and we should have a Medius Engrave for follow-up. There he is. If this board does get added, we will also have the Mayo Engrave for additional follow-up. Thank you for tuning into my first ever video. As you can see, the deck that I was using to test out these combos is quite rough around the edges. I believe that a significant amount of space should be allocated to non-engine, and the extra deck at this point is unclear, but you would probably benefit from some additional rank 3s and 4s. If you do intend to play Mikanko, I always say you should not be playing 40 cards in the deck. The deck is forced to play cards like Meo Ashidori, Great Mikanko Ceremony, and Fire Dance, which can be bricks on their own. I may cut the Spirit Walk in later builds. We'll see how that turns out. But if you enjoyed this early look into the Doom-Z archetype, be sure to stick around. I'm going to be testing it with a variety of other engines that I have already lined up, but this is the most important one that I had to get out. Thank you very much. That's all from me.